Hello everyone, my name is Art Russell. Welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to share more information about the law of attraction with the hope that it will help you manifest more of what you desire in your life and less of what you don't. To manifest effectively, it's important that we have a clear understanding of the principle of being. In other words, the self-image that we hold at our core, at our essence. The saying, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he, sums up this principle very well. Now, I've drawn an illustration that I hope will be useful to help you understand this principle. I've depicted the crosshairs. Now, this is often associated with a rifle or some other device by which we're aiming at a target, at something we hope to hit. Now, in this case, for the law of attraction, we must be it first. If we don't picture it as being out from ourselves, or it will always remain out from ourselves. So this means we must imbue ourselves with what we desire. Now, if you ask yourself, or what a lot of people have in their crosshairs through the course of a day, it will be a mind filled with negativity. Now, this is the mind's bias, and a lot of it has to do with conditioning, the environment we've been raised in, that type of situation. But we can become aware of what thoughts are going through our mind by how we're feeling. If we're feeling down, it's a sure indicator that we've been thinking negative thoughts, because negative thoughts lead to negative feelings. So feelings are the barometer. They're a great indicator. So that gives us an opportunity to change what we're feeling by thinking different thoughts. Perhaps focus on things or people, places that you've got to be grateful for, situations that you have a job, even if it's not your ideal job, at least you have a job, that type of thing. So you might be asking, so now that I know I've got to have it, I've got to be it at my essence, what I desire, before I can see it in the apparent world, how do I do it? How do I imbue myself, my self-image, with what I desire? It's very important that we also understand that we don't get rid of a mindset that wasn't working for us by shoving it out. That's the expression, don't think of a pink elephant, works well as an example of this. So when I tell you to don't think of a pink elephant springs to mind. We get rid of it by displacing it. So if you've thought of a green giraffe, that would in time displace the image of the pink elephant. Of course, that's just an example. Get rid of poverty mindset by bringing in prosperity, and feel it. Again, gratitude. Are you earning even a little bit more, or do you have enough food on your table for at least this week? That's something for which to be grateful. So some other methods are affirmations, writing them out in the present tense as though you have it now, because you've got to be it, right? So you have it now. Now, this can seem illogical to the mind, but we only experience life now. We don't experience then. We can plan for a then, but we experience it now. So that helps us get an understanding of why it's important to say we must have these now. So present tense, I am now so happy and grateful, or I am now, and whatever desire that you really is important to you, whether it's health, wealth, or improved relationships, that you have that now. Now, I would incrementally increase what you're aiming at. Make it as believable to the mind as possible. Another method is to visualize. Now, this is particularly important just before drifting off to sleep at night and in the first waking in the morning. when it's called a hypnagogic state, kind of like hypnosis, and the subconscious is more suggestible at both these points. So perhaps visualizing a scene that implies that you already have what you desire. If you do that on a consistent basis, you will start seeing that reflected in your apparent world. Another method that I've found useful is mirror work, where again, in that hypnagogic state, go to the mirror when it's all nice and private for yourself, free of outside influence, and either read your affirmations with some feeling to them, or just state them and look directly into the mirror and just feel the truth of what you're saying. At first, it will seem like you're lying, but as you start to see traction with this method, it will work. Now, I'm going to offer some quotes that I hope will help you gain more understanding about the true workings of the law of attraction. The first four are from a book called The Master Key System by Charles F. Hannell. He was a successful businessman and he traveled to the East. He knew the workings of the mind very well. And so here we go. The first quote. The attitude of mind necessarily depends upon what we think. Therefore, the secret of all power, all achievement, and all possession depends upon our method of thinking. Again, we might ask ourselves, what's in the crosshairs of our mind? Choose what you are being. Are you being grateful? Are you being prosperity itself by focusing on what you can afford? That type of thing. Second quote, this is true because we must be before we can do. And we can do only to the extent that we are. And what we are depends on what we think. So again, the importance of remaining aware throughout your day. What are you focused on? Are you engaging in gossip and these negative habits? Or are you choosing to place your focus on something positive with full expectation that your life is going to improve, is improving? Life is an unfoldment, not accretion. What comes to us in the world without is what we already possess in the world within. Again, the self-image. What are you believing about yourself at the core, at your essence? All possession is based on consciousness. All gain is the result of an accumulative consciousness. So better health, greater wealth. Have the consciousness of this first. Imagine, visualize. All loss is the result of a scattering consciousness. Now the next quote is from Andrew Carnegie, who was a very successful businessman in the early 1900s, I believe, and he commissioned Think and Grow Rich. He commissioned Napoleon Hill to write that book, Think and Grow Rich. Any idea that is held in the mind, that is emphasized, that is either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. Clothe itself. All apparent objects, things, persons are made of mind. Mind is the creator. This is part of the key to greater understanding. And from The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. No thought of form can be impressed upon original substance without causing the creation of that form. A human being is a thinking center and can originate thought. So original substance would be consciousness, that the apparent world is occurring within consciousness. I've explained this in some of my other videos, and I'll include a link to some of my law of attraction videos that clarify a perspective about the nature of reality and about what things are actually made of. From a book entitled Thought Power by Swami Sivananda, here's two quotes from him. Carry any kind of thought you please about with you, and so long as you retain it, no matter how you roam over the land or sea, you will increasingly attract to yourself, knowingly or inadvertently, exactly and only what corresponds to your own dominant quality of thought. Again, what's in your crosshairs? What are you centered in being? And the last quote, mind is the only creator. Everything is created through the mind. It is absolutely free in creating a world for itself. If you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to subscribe to my channel or click a like. More information is available through my free articles at thinktwice.me and also through my book entitled This Taste of Flesh and Bones, which is available from Amazon. Bye for now. We'll talk again soon.